Our top focus this morning is on the war of words that's broken out between the Delhi and the Punjab Chief Minister over the new farm laws. Captain Amrinder Singh has slammed the alleged hypocrisy of the Aam Aadmi Party as they criticise the Punjab government's move of amending farm laws by the centre. AAP claimed that the Amrinder Singh government is fooling people as the state cannot amend the centre's law. In response to AAP's stand, Amrinder accused the Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal of playing politics and not wanting to work in the favour of farmers. He further added that Kejriwal should have brought such amendments in Delhi as well. Amrinder Singh accused Kejriwal of not knowing the constitution. All of this happening after the Punjab Assembly on Tuesday unanimously passed 3 bills to counter the centre's farm laws. Captain Amrinder Singh even met the Punjab governor to ensure that these 3 bills that were passed in the Assembly see a smooth passage. And let me break down for you what's happened in Punjab. A month after Parliament passed the farm laws, these 3 contentious reforms are back in the news because Punjab, which has been in the epicenter of protests, has passed bills which essentially counter the central laws. With more non-BJP ruled states all set to follow suit, the issue is set to further strain the centre-state relations.
The fight over farm laws has moved from Parliament to non-BJP ruled states. Punjab is the first of the blocks, passing 4 bills that seek to amend the farm laws passed by the Narendra Modi government. No private player will be allowed to buy wheat or paddy below the minimum support price announced by the centre. Private players face 3 years in jail if they force farmers to sell their produce at rates lesser than MSP. Farmers will be allowed to move civil court to seek remedies in addition to measures introduced by the central law. The Punjab laws also introduce license fees for private players who buy outside the APMC mandis. The state government will also have powers to enforce stock limits under Essential Commodities Act. Congress-ruled Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh are likely to follow in Punjab's footsteps. But the road ahead may not be easy. While states are empowered to change central laws falling in the concurrent list, they need President's approval.
In one sense, the Honorable Prime Minister and the BJP should thank the Punjab government because they have given the BJP and the central leadership of BJP another chance, another opportunity to rectify the historic blunder which they did in September.
Taking a cue from Congress-ruled states, the left-ruled Kerala is also examining all options to oppose the central farm laws.
All the states, now unfortunately only opposition-ruled states, will and are coming together on specific issues to begin with. So these steps are moving forward, and this is an assault on federalism.
The Modi government so far has not revealed its cards.
असेंबली का जो निर्णय है वो जब भारत सरकार के पास आएगा तो हम उसका बारीकी से परीक्षण करेंगे और जो किसानों के हित में होगा उस दिशा में मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में निर्णय करेंगे.
The country recently witnessed deadlock between centre and states over GST dues. Another one, this time on farm laws, is expected in the weeks and months to come. With camera person Vinod Kumar, this is Anand Patel in New Delhi for India Today.
After India Today reported violations of COVID norms during the Bihar poll rallies, the Election Commission has finally acted, slamming these parties for the violations. The Election Commission said that all parties and candidates are clearly flouting COVID norms. It said that the crowds in poll rallies are violating social distancing norms, so that political leaders are addressing rallies without wearing a mask. The poll panel said that both parties as well as candidates are guilty of flouting COVID norms set by the Commission. The panel has asked local EC officials, in fact, and district authorities to act against the candidates responsible for these violations. This warning from the Election Commission comes at a time when all the parties are holding multiple rallies every single day ahead of the elections. And these rallies are drawing hundreds and thousands of people amid the pandemic.
आदरणीय नेता नीतीश कुमार जी ने जो 15
On Tuesday night, India Today put out the findings of the Lokniti CSDS opinion poll, and while it projected that NDA has an edge, the cause of concern is that Nitish Kumar's popularity is dipping. Interestingly, the mood on the ground also suggests that Bihar voters are extremely satisfied with the performance of the Modi government. Starting 23rd of October, the Prime Minister will begin his Bihar blitz, addressing 12 rallies over 12 days. Will it now be completely upon Prime Minister Modi to again do the heavy lifting for the NDA? Is Nitish Kumar now Modi Barose?
An extraordinary election amidst a raging pandemic. And the worst ever economic slowdown. Strong headwinds for Nitish Kumar seeking a straight fourth term. A pre-poll survey by Lokniti CSDS suggests more voters don't want to see him back as Chief Minister than those who do. The poll shows young, crowd-pulling opposition leader Tejasvi Yadav catching up fast with the Chief Minister on popularity charts. There are many challenges besides anti-incumbent sentiments. The Chief Minister is facing opposition from within the NDA he's part of at the centre.
नीतीश जी दहाई का भी आंकड़ा पार कर लें तो बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि होगी। इतना प्रेडिक्ट तो जरूर कर सकता हूं कि मौजूदा मुख्यमंत्री 10 नवंबर के बाद दोबारा कभी प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनेंगे।
But BJP and JDU are putting up a strong front together.
इस बिहार में भारतीय जनता पार्टी और जनता दल की यह जोड़ी जो है, यह कैसी जोड़ी है? जैसे क्रिकेट में सचिन और सहवाग की ओपनिंग जोड़ी थी, वैसे ही यहां बिहार की राजनीति में भारतीय जनता पार्टी और जनता दलियों की जोड़ी है.
Enough ammunition for the opposition alliance to attack the Chief Minister in the election.
Seeking a fourth term on the seat of the Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar is possibly facing his weakest election. His popularity waning, cracks appearing in his own coalition and relentless attacks from the opposition. The Chief Minister is also marred with the woes of the migrant laborers and the callous attitude and the handling of the government during the corona pandemic. Now all eyes would be on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Nitish Kumar would be hoping that Modi's charisma, which is intact in Bihar, is possibly going to be enough to take the Gathbandhan through the Chief Minister's chair.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi still shines bright in Bihar, no matter the surge in the coronavirus caseload and shuttered businesses. The Modi government's popularity among Bihar voters is far higher than the popularity of Nitish Kumar in the state. The Prime Minister is scheduled to hold 12 rallies in Bihar for NDA candidates, starting October 23rd to November 3rd. Prime Minister Modi's events are spread across Bihar. The ball's now in the voters' court. NDA's first electoral trial during the pandemic, apparently on the back of the Modi magic. With Ankit Tyagi in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
And trouble continues to mount for Bollywood actor Kangana Ranaut. The actor and her sister Rangoli Chandel have been summoned by the Bandra police over sedition charges. While Kangana has been summoned on Monday, her sister Rangoli has been asked to appear before the police on Tuesday. Responding to her summon, Kangana took to Twitter to slam the Maharashtra government again, calling it Penguin Sena, and added that she'll be back soon. This as a Mumbai court on Saturday also ordered the police to file an FIR against the actor over her objectionable tweets. The move comes after Bollywood casting director Ali Syed filed a complaint in court against the actor, accusing her of causing a Hindu-Muslim divide within the industry. Syed further alleged that the actors hurt religious sentiments and is defaming Bollywood. And the Narcotics Bureau, which is probing the Bollywood drug case, has now summoned actor Sapna Pobi to be questioned. Sources said that the NCB officials visited her house with the summon. However, she was not present there and her whereabouts are not known. Sapna was named by the brother of Arjun Rampal's girlfriend, Ajalislaus Demetriades. Recently, videos of Pobi and Sushant Singh Rajput also surfaced online. She's worked along with Sushant Singh Rajput in the 2019 Bollywood movie Drive. Sources say that a few other actors are also on the NCB radar after they were named by peddlers. Although no more summons have been sent yet, the NCB has previously questioned multiple A-listers, including, of course, Deepika Padukone, Sara Ali Khan and Shraddha Kapoor. Sushant's girlfriend Riya Chakrabarti was in jail for a month on drug charges. Shifting focus to another top story here on India Today, there's a widespread turmoil that's playing out in Pakistan. Massive rallies by the opposition, the dramatic arrest of Maryam Nawaz Sharif's husband. The Pakistan Army and the Pakistan Police are now in an ugly face-off as well.
Turmoil in Pakistan's largest city, Karachi, after Pakistan Army Rangers reportedly abducted the Inspector General of the Sindh Police, Mushtaq Ahmed Meher, and coerced him to sign the arrest warrant of Captain Safdar Awan, husband of Maryam Nawaz Sharif, Vice President and daughter of the PMLN Chief Nawaz Sharif. Karachi police officers went on mass protest leave, forcing the Pakistan Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa to order an inquiry into the arrest. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, chairman of the Pakistan People's Party, was the first to speak up for civilian supremacy.
अगर मेरा पुलिस का कोई इज्जत नहीं रहेगा, वो अपना काम कैसे करेंगे? ये नाकाबिल बर्दाश्त है. I have condemned it in the strongest possible words. जो मेरा सिविलियन हुकूमत का अथॉरिटी है, वो तो अपना इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेंगे. लेकिन जहां ये इदारे भी जवाब दे हैं, मैं उनसे भी मुतालबा करता हूं कि आप जरूर इस इंसिडेंट का इन्वेस्टिगेशन करें.
The Sindh government clarified it had not ordered the arrest of Captain Safdar, and several police officers put out leave letters on social media citing stress and humiliation seeking leave. In London, Nawaz Sharif also hit out at the Pakistan Army.
मैं सिंध की पुलिस को शाबाश देता हूँ, जिन्होंने बहुत खुददारी और जिन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा बहादुरी का सबूत दिया है, और उन्होंने जो है वो आज इसके खिलाफ भरपूर एहतजाज किया है, जो मैं समझता हूँ बाकी मुल्क, कौम और सर्विसेज के लिए मशले राह है.
Several political leaders directly attacked Imran Khan for the mess and even took a veiled dig at the Pakistan Army, with the port city tense and the police facing off with the army. 11 opposition parties have united in Pakistan to take on Imran Khan directly and the Pakistan Army indirectly. Maryam Nawaz was the first to attack Imran Khan at the Karachi rally.
मोदी की कामयाबी की दुआएं मांगो तुम, मोदी से बात करने के लिए मरे जाओ तुम, कश्मीर प्लेट में रख के मोदी को पेश करो तुम, कश्मीर का मुकदमा हार जाओ तुम, भारत को सलामती कौंसिल के लिए वोट दो तुम, और मोदी की जबान हम बोल रहे हैं.
There have been a series of protests against Imran Khan and the Pakistan Army in almost all provinces, from Gilgit in the north to Sindh and Balochistan, and also Muzaffarabad in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and now even Pakistan's Punjab province. Troubles for Imran Khan and the Pakistan Army only appear to be mounting. With Gaurav Sawant in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Royal Challengers Bangalore have moved a step closer to securing a place in the playoffs with an 8-wicket thrashing of Kolkata Knight Riders, who could manage just 84 for 8. For Bangalore, it was Mohammad Siraj who stole the show with the ball, picking up 3 wickets in his first 2 overs, which were both maidens. He broke the backbone of Kolkata batting with 3 early wickets, and KKR could never really recover from that jolt, managing a paltry 84 for 8 in 20 overs. Bangalore chased down the target with much ease to further consolidate their position in the points table with their 7th win from 10 games now. It'll be a battle of survival for Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals as they take on each other. Another slip-up could well draw curtains to hopes of qualifying for the playoffs. Hyderabad have just 3 wins from 9 games. Another defeat could end their playoff hopes. On the other hand, Rajasthan Royals come into the match on the back of a win against Chennai Super Kings, where Jos Buttler found his form back. But they would like their famed batting lineup to fire in unison, and hopefully their bowling will back them up so as to guide them to their 5th win.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.